had a dream of an integrated country, and he gave an amazing speech at the steps of the Lincoln Memorial on August 28, 1963. Decades later, Glenn Beck also had a dream of making a lot of money, and he also gave a speech on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial on August 28, 2010. Now, to some Glenn Beck fans, that statement might seem a little extreme, but this is the kind of opinions we are exposed to on 24-hour news networks. There is one man in the country that the country can turn to be informed as well as entertained. After the death of Walter Cronkite, the New York Times conducted a poll to see who is the most trusted newsman in America. Jon Stewart came out the victor, beating Tom Brokaw, Brian Williams, Katie Couric, and Charlie Gibson. Today we will educate you on the reasons that make Jon Stewart a great speaker, and why the speech at the Washington National Mall was one of the most important speeches of the country within the last 5 years. First, we will talk about why we chose to present on Jon Stewart. Second, we will talk about the significance of the speech. Third, we will talk about some of the communication concepts that make Jon Stewart such a great speaker. Fourth, we will talk about why Jon Stewart's abilities inspire us. Before we go any further, let's take a look at Mr. Stewart's speech on October 30th, 2010.
And we do. But we live now in hard times, not end times. And we can have animus and not be enemies. But unfortunately, one of our main tools in delineating the two broke. The country's 24-hour Politico pundit perpetual panic conflictinator did not cause our problems, but its existence makes solving them that much harder. The press can hold its magnifying glass up to our problems, bringing them into focus, illuminating issues heretofore unseen. Or they can use that magnifying glass to light ants on fire. And then perhaps host a week of shows on the sudden, unexpected, dangerous flaming ant epidemic. If we amplify everything, we hear nothing. There are terrorists and racists and Stalinists and theocrats, but those titles that must be earned. You must have the resume. Not being able to distinguish between real racists and Tea Partiers, or real bigots and Juan Williams, or Rick Sanchez is an insult, not only to those people, but to The press is our immune system. If it overreacts to everything, we actually get sicker and perhaps eczema. And yet, with that being said, I feel good. Strangely, calmly good. Because the image of Americans that is reflected back to us by our political and media process is false. It is us through a funhouse mirror, and not the good kind that makes you look slim in the waist and maybe taller, but the kind where you have a giant forehead and an ass shaped like a month-old pumpkin.
The reason we chose to present on Jon Stewart is because we believe that Mr. Stewart is one of the most interesting comedians / political pundit / TV show hosts in America. On October 26, 2010, the website AskMan.com announced Jon Stewart as the most